When I was in Chinati, when I was walking down the riverbed, there was a point where I just stopped and looked down, and that's where I found those. Well, I heard the Lord say, pick up those two rocks, and there were two halves of the same rock. I picked up two different rocks, but they were two halves of the same rock. And it was just random. I was just walking and then stopped, looked down, and then the Lord said, pick up those two rocks. And I picked up two halves of the same rock. That's when the Lord gave me those two rocks. Something very strange just happened. There's my truck. I was walking this way. I was just carrying my chair and a little bucket just to go sit by the river. And as I was walking, kind of the same thing happened in Chinati. But in Chinati, when I looked down and I saw the two rocks on the ground, or, you know, in the dried up riverbed, which is in the videos from Chinati folder. Well, the Lord said, put those two rocks together. And I looked up and I said, put them together. And the Lord said, put those two rocks together. And then I looked at them and goodness gracious, they were two halves of the same rock. I just sat there and cried because I knew that God had just given me a full understanding of the world and the Bible and the good you and the bad you and the key to the kingdom of heaven and all of it, and understanding what being on the rock is. And I just sat there and cried in that riverbed in Chinati. As I was walking from the truck this way, the same thing kind of happened, but I stopped here and it was look up. So I looked up, and I'm going to turn the camera in just a second. Again, I was walking this way. I stopped right here. I just heard in my spirit, look up. And I looked up, like, what am I looking at? It's the strangest thing. And I looked right at all these bird nests, and they're only right here. They're not, I've looked around, they're nowhere else. I don't see any others anywhere. But I looked up, and there's all these bird nests right above me, literally right above me. So I'll come down and show you. They're pretty high up there, which is kind of crazy. So, you know, like I said, just really strange to look up and see these bird nests, right? It just, look up. It was just like being in the riverbed in Chinati. Instead of looking down and picking up two halves of the same rock, this time I looked up and it's bird nests against the sky. So like that. Just wanted to document it from my own brain. Like that just happened. Look up. Look up. It's so crazy. All right, guys. God bless you. That's crazy. That looks like a face. That's weird.